This video is just the basic hookup of your external hard drive that you were using to record all of your video to your MacBook Pro. I don't have a MacBook Pro that I can show you because I'm recording on mine. So I went to the Apple website, picked up a picture of a MacBook Pro, hopefully the one that you're using. Scroll down here, and here is the left-hand side of a MacBook Pro with the connectors on it. The connector that we're going to hook to is the FireWire 800 connector. The hard drive that you recorded to, made by Focus Company, uses FireWire 400 connectors. So we need a cable that will connect a 400 FireWire connector to the MacBook Pro's 800 connector. Brings this cable into play. The square end is the MacBook Pro connector. It's the FireWire 800. The square end, the FireWire 800, goes to your MacBook Pro. The other connector, which is slightly rounded on one end, goes to your hard drive. The connector on, let's say, I'm going to say as you look at the hard drive, it'll be on your right. And it's marked computer I/O, standing for input output. The 400 connector slips right into there. Turn your computer on, or your hard drive on, by pressing the on button, and wait for it to power up. And this is the display that you probably are familiar with. What we want to do is to go into the menu, access down here, hitting the right arrow button twice to get to this menu called HDD mode. Then the down arrow 3 times to get to the DD drive window. Then when you have that highlighted, hit the right arrow once, and then you'll have exit and enable on the bottom. You want to enable. This allows this hard drive to talk to the MacBook Pro. So we hit enable, and the success pops up, meaning that it is now successfully talking to the MacBook Pro. And on the MacBook Pro, this icon popped up. We'll double click. This little window popped up as a Finder window, and these are all the windows, or all of the files on my external hard drive. Alright. So we'll start Final Cut Pro. It'll finally load here. Here we go. And once that's loaded, as you probably already remember, you go to File, Import, Folders, and we're going to import this folder right here. By choosing it, hit Choose, or you could double click on it. Alright, all those files are now loaded into Final Cut. And that's it. We've successfully hooked the hard drive to the computer. One other thing is that if you hit File or Edit, select All, select the very first clip, and drag it down to your timeline, you now have everything that's in that folder now displaying on the timeline for an easier way of shot sheeting all your video. I'm going to hit Shift Z, and here what I had to do was make sure this window is active. It was not active, so when I hit Shift Z, nothing happened. You have to make sure this window is active, then you hit Shift Z, and now it's now displaying all of these clips in this one timeline. So you now have access to all the videos, so you can easily find something. Now if you were to watch a video or watch a clip, this happens to be Cardinals touchdown. I thought it was going to be the greatest play of the game, and that would be the end of the game, but Steelers came back and won the thing. So, all right. Now, if I were going to mark that to edit to, this is the wrong number. This number reflects where it appears on this timeline. You double click it, bring it into the player window, and this is the correct time code, 22485338. That's the correct time code if I were giving it to somebody else to edit. That's about it. It's just a quick wrap up. The external hard drive has 400 firewire. The 400 firewire end goes into the hard drive. The 800 end goes into the MacBook Pro. And then you import your video to Final Cut, and you're ready to edit. And I'm out of time. I only have a certain amount of time here on YouTube. So thanks, and so long.